How y'all going out? How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing? Wow, this is coming with shocking news, and this is not normally how I will start my live, and I'm really like thrown back by news that have developed. Uh, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get started. Let me give you a little intro music real quick while I get myself organized, and we'll get into it. Jim Harbaugh being suspended, 3 games starting now. Wow, unbelievable, unbelievable. But let's get into it. All right, I'm ready. How y'all doing out there? Boy, I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to it without further ado. How y'all doing out there? It's your boy TY. This is TYRHEATV. Breaking news today is Jim Harbaugh been suspended 3 games starting now. Now, I was listening throughout the day, listening to some people like Colin, Coward, you know what I'm saying, and other outlets that had a feeling that was gonna go on. You know what I'm saying? That because the sign stealing and all that other information that it was a possibility, but they wouldn't finish the investigation. Michigan has now received word on a 3-game Big Ten suspension for Jim Harbaugh and will likely act to file an injunction. That's what Michigan gonna do immediately to allow him to continue coaching. They had a position Michigan already prepared. There's the judge on call today, even though it's a holiday. Today is Veterans Day. Salute to y'all veterans. Thank you for your service. Today is Veterans Day. And I'm shocked. And I can't hide the fact that I am a Michigan guy. I am in Michigan. I've been a Wolverine fan my whole life, as far as I can remember. I think I've been a fan since I've been walking. This is disturbing. Not speaking on this without being biased. This is still unprecedented. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that you don't hear often. This is nothing that like, oh, this is no one expected a suspension to be handed down. Michigan is scheduled to play Penn State tomorrow in Happy Valley. They have a game tomorrow, and now they got the team. They found this out as they in the air. They on a plane in the air, and they put down this suspension on Jim Harbaugh. I don't know what it is. I feel like this is like a witch hunt, but I mean, I know a lot of people say I'm speaking bias. A lot of Michigan haters are probably jumping up for joy right now. Michigan undefeated. They ranked number 3, Penn State 10. They got 4-point, favorite to win this game. This is 12 o'clock noon game tomorrow. This is crazy. This would shake a team. Did you hear you in the air before you even land that your coach is not going to be allowed on the sidelines because of this? But keep in mind, this move comes 3 weeks after the NCAA launched an investigation into the team for alleged sign stealing. But we haven't heard nothing. We haven't heard from the NCAA. So for the Big Ten to come in and put their mag down and say, all right, we're going to suspend you without the investigation being concluded, this is crazy. This is crazy. They're saying that Harbaugh won't be allowed to coach a team from the sidelines during games, but will be able to serve as head coach at practices. That doesn't even make sense. That alone tells you this don't even sound right. This don't sound right at all. But if you suspend it, you suspend it. Y'all know how suspensions go. Y'all know how suspensions go. In the middle, yes, in the middle of a playoff run. Nothing about this sounds right at all. And I'm telling you, it do sound personal with somebody. It sounds like a witch hunt. They didn't include investigation. That's like you being charged for a crime. They do investigations. And all of a sudden, they just pick you up out of the blue and put you in jail and say, all right, we're going to give you 3 years. 3 years for what? Aren't y'all investigating the crime? Have y'all concluded your investigations? No? Y'all just decide y'all just going to lock me up. Wolverines, who are now 9-0, heading to Happy Valley to face Penn State, who's 8-1 tomorrow at noon. This is disturbing. But the Big Ten said the university violated the conference sportsman policy for conducting an appraisable in-person scouting operation over multiple years, resulting in unfair competitive advantage that compromised the integrity of competition. This is what the Big Ten said. Statement added that the penalty is imposed on the institution, but Harbaugh is the one that's serving the punishment. Keep in mind, it remains unclear what Jim Harbaugh and the Wolverines could have participated in the sign stealing, which the coach has previously denied it. And it said the NCAA was looking into whether Michigan sent representatives to future opponent games to gain information on the sign stealing. I mean, I don't know. This is really this is really crazy that they just really coming after this coach like this. And I mean, we heard about people stealing signs all the time. Well, let me give y'all a little bit on how to start. Like during the week, coaches they spend hours analyzing opponents' games. They watch footage, the spot out weaknesses that could appear in games and stuff like that, as well as the strength. Anybody play sports already, it's like scouting. But teams are not allowed to use footage of opponents' sideline actions out of fear of stealing signs. Any attempt to record either through audio, video means, or signs given to an opposing player, coach, or any team personnel is prohibited. That's in the 2023 NCAA football rulebook. Michigan and the coach say they'll cooperate with the NCAA's investigation. Representatives from Michigan Athletics, they didn't respond to anything yet or comment. So no comment is made. But they are running an emergency injunction to try to get this blocked, as they should. As they should. Man, that's all I can see. Read a comment, Astar. That's crazy, bro. Wow, the Big Ten won Ohio State in the playoffs. They, I know Michigan is a big, large university institute. They got a lot of boosters and all that. But I'm telling you, something like this, man, will make me want to lead a conference. Something like this will make the NCAA ain't finished with their investigation, but the conference jumps in and want to suspend your head coach on like y'all punishing the kids, y'all punishing everybody without the investigation being completed. He wasn't just stealing signs. There wasn't just hold on. Let me read his comment. He wasn't just stealing signs, bro. They wasn't doing it in real time. They recorded video. The big, I feel like this. I feel like this. The university need to do their due diligence and protect their coach. I think they will. Jim Harbaugh has done an excellent job in the last few years, and they really trying to brush on his legacy. I hope they can Michigan. I hope they can block this so he can continue on with his season. Get his boys ready. Play Penn State, play Maryland, and play Ohio State, and I hope they whoop the dog out of each of these teams. Nothing personal against these teams, but just to prove that these boys are on a mission. And after they get to the playoffs, wish them luck. But I hope Jim Harbaugh goes to the NFL after this. If Michigan don't win this emergency blockage, after Jim Harbaugh leave U of M, it's gonna be hard for me to support Michigan after this. It's gonna be hard to be a U of M fan after this, unless Michigan leads the Big Ten. It's crazy to believe. It's crazy to me how a conference, and I feel like this is pure pressure from other conferences and other coaches making. Somebody made phone calls to the Big Ten for them to do something like this. Like the day was going by smoothly, and then them make this decision. For them to make a decision like this. As time, I'll drop the link for you. I'll give you a minute. I'm not gonna be up here all day. I just wanted to drop this news. Salute to everybody for All We Talking Sports. If you're on Facebook and you're into sports, please join All We Talking Sports on Facebook. On our way to 100,000. Let me drop the link. Now I will read a statement from the university. Like all members of the Big Ten Conference, we are entitled to a fair debate, thought process to determine the full set of facts before judgment is rendered. Today's action by Commissioner Tony Patini disregards the conference own handbook, violates basic and due process, and set untenable precedents of assessing penalties before an investigation has been completed. We are dismayed at the commissioner's rush to judgment when there is an ongoing NCAA investigation, one in which we are fully cooperating. The commissioner's hasty actions today suggest that there is more about reacting to pressure from other conference members than the desire to apply the rules fairly and impartially. Now, that is some of the words in the statement, the university. And I agree with that. I'm going to let Astar come up here. I'll make a statement or two for a minute. Astar, you want to add in on what's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. What's going on? First of
How's
all,
it going?
I want to say that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right.
I can hear you fine.
I want to say that, first of all, 3 games is way too much. It's way too much. But they had to do something. I would have been okay with a game, maybe not even a game, maybe like a scholarship or two, right, for next year. But they had to do something, bro. This is competitive advantage. This is where I think Michigan, this is where they have to do something. You know the TCU game right here, right? You know that game they didn't steal the signs of. And you know the ending of that game. Basically what they're saying is when they started stealing these signs is when the winning started happening. There's statistics out there where, like the TCU game, where they didn't get to steal the sign, they got murdered.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They have the first 3 years of him being there and the last 3 years of the stealing sign era, and the records are just glaring. You know what I mean?
So, right. Now, let me stop you real quick.
Let
me stop you real quick. Why would you want them to hand down any suspensions when the NCAA is still doing their investigation?
Because they don't want it to seem like the Big Ten this is like a conference thing. They want to make.
But guess what? Well, But hold
They
on,
want to jump ahead of it.
But the Big Ten is not investigating. They wait on the NCAA. So you haven't
I know.
concluded any investigation, and the NCAA haven't concluded theirs. So you rushing to punish somebody, and you don't even know if Jim Harbaugh is guilty of anything.
So you're looking at it from now, right? What if I was going to tell you that the Big Ten had insight that the NCAA was going to get him for 5 games? So they just did the 3 just so the NCAA would agree to the 3 and leave it
Okay,
alone.
and
What
listen,
if I told
and
you that?
Astar, we're gonna get back to you. I'm gonna drop you down real quick because I'm about to call Rob Parker real quick,
Yes,
and I'll
sir.
bring you back up. Okay.
All right,
All
bro.
right.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, Rob? I know you got a busy schedule and everything, man. I just want to get your opinion on the record real quick about the suspension that's just been laid down by the Big Ten.
I'm not surprised.
Really?
The only, no, I'm not, because they have to have some real evidence for them to make this move, and it probably tells you the scope of what they found that they would even, act this quickly. So that part, I'm not surprised. People tried to poo-poo it and downplay it, but I think it's bigger than people really know. And supposedly the information is coming from the inside. So that's the part. It's not from the outside. It's from people who in the know. So I think that's why it's so severe.
So even without the NCAA completing their investigation, you think this is like wow, it's no big deal. I ain't say it's no big deal, but the Big Ten didn't do a proper investigation. This is the NCAA, and they didn't complete theirs. And it just happened like right before a game. This couldn't wait to after the Penn State game and then put the suspension.
No, I mean, they must feel confident in what they have. Remember that the Big Ten isn't just about Michigan; it's about the other schools and the integrity of the league. They have to feel like this is a real issue in order to do what they've done. Go back to Bill Belichick and the cheating scandal, which cost them the biggest fine in the history of for a coach in the NFL. People said everybody does it. Well, nobody's ever been fined $500,000 like Bill Belichick.
Right.
Lost draft picks. The Houston Astros, everybody say everybody does it. No, everybody doesn't do it. The general manager lost his job. The coach lost his job. They lost draft picks. Well, I mean, come on. Like these scandals have happened, and they're major. No conference wants to suspend one of their best coaches and programs for no reason. So I don't buy into that.
But I just feel like right away. But now, what if this comes out where we already know Michigan filed a mercy junction to get this blocked? But what if nothing is where Jim Harbaugh absolutely had nothing to do with it, and you're jumping to conclusions on this?
It's his program. You can't say that. It's his program. He's responsible for everything that goes on. You can't use that. Oh, he didn't know everything.
Gotcha.
People say that every day. People say that in court every day. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you couldn't do this. I didn't know you couldn't write a check and not have money in the bank.
So him denying anything to do with this is just a blatant lie.
I didn't say it was a lie. I'm just saying that's not a grounds for to ignore it by somebody saying that they didn't know about it.
Right.
That's not good enough. It's your program. You mean to tell me you don't know what's going on? You don't know who gets paid by Michigan? You don't know where the intel that you're using comes from?
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, that's what he stated, what I'm saying, that he has nothing to do with this. He's totally denied it. And I get what you're saying. He is the head coach. So if he's being punished.
If something good was happening at Michigan from their scouting and they were doing a great job and they were praising them, wouldn't Jim Harbaugh get credit for putting together a scouting staff and being so smart?
True. I just found out like he's the one that's getting punished. He's the one being suspended, and that's where it falls at. I'm just trying to wrap my head around them doing this right here, right now, right before one of the biggest games of the season. Now, we already know about Ohio State, but forget Ohio State. This is the biggest game of the season for Michigan. And they in the air, and he gets suspended. Like,
again, that's how dire it must be. they have to feel like they have the goods on Michigan. Come
Right.
on, you can't be flimsy. You can't be pulling this if you don't think you have the goods, or it's questionable in your own head, or flimsy evidence. Come on, this is a big major step. It speaks of what the depths and the levels of this.
And I will agree with you kind of. I think they trying to suspend him because I think after this season he leaves Michigan.
Probably a good chance of that.
I mean, because there's so much going on. You got this, and you got other investigations. So I'm thinking that he get ready to, he bow out gracefully, leave on a high note. But this is definitely a black guy in the university. And I'm a Michigan guy, so I said it's kind of, without being biased, I'm just like, well, can't you, do the due process? That's what I'm thinking. Do the due process, and then what you come up.
They got enough to feel like this is what they need to do. You don't wait. And I know I'm just saying, like,
but
if
also
you feel like you have enough, you don't have to wait on anything. You don't have to wait.
But Rob, also this though, if you suspend it, why are you letting him continue to lead practices? You can't go to the games, but you can still run your practices and do everything else.
That might be a concession for the kids, but they feel like there's got to be some penalty, and it has to happen. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know what else. I haven't seen the evidence.
Right.
But I don't believe the Big Ten wants Michigan to be suspended or hurt for no reason. I don't believe that. They probably believe that. I think they're kidding themselves.
I got you. You getting ready for your show? You got a show tonight?
Yep.
All right. So, man, I'm definitely going to tap in. We all going to tap in. Odd Couple, Rob Parker. Man, I know this is going to be a big topic. I appreciate your professional on this. And thank you, man. I'll be seeing you in a couple months, sir. Can't wait.
All right, my man. Thanks, T-Buddy.
All right, bro, man. 3 strikes, I'm out. Man, that's my brother Rob, man. Gonna be catch up to him in a couple months. Big things coming from Rob Parker. Big things. I will be linking up with him quite a bit. And salute to him. Make sure y'all check out the Odd Couple on Fox Sports. That will be dropping in a matter of hours. So y'all check out Fox Sports. Check out Rob Parker. Yeah, thank you, Rob, for the comment, man. You're a professional on this. Let me drop the link back there. Get Astar back up here. Rob was driving, so had to let him tap in with me real quick. So he didn't get everything. I know he gonna talk to some people. You see, he on the road traveling right now, so I know his phone going crazy. So again, thank you, Rob, for giving me 5 minutes of your time. To touch in on this real quick. Again, my situation, my attitude on this is I just feel like I'm all about due process. It's being fair. But like Rob say, maybe the Big Ten got some huge evidence on them, and they feel like they didn't need to wait. They feel like why wait? We got what we need. We can go ahead and drop the hammer on Jim right now. But that's why you got your legal process. Michigan went ahead and filed their motion. As a judge is on 24 hours, so we should be getting something from that. But even though, as a player, coach, staff, or whatever, let's say it's 5:45 p.m. right now. Let's say by 8 p.m. the judge he orders on it, he blocks it. I don't see no reason why he doesn't block. I don't see no legal reason why the judge does not block this, considering that no investigation from the NCAA has came back with proof of wrongdoing. Like, we haven't seen any evidence. Like Rob said, I haven't seen or heard all the evidence. He's stating Big Ten might have what all they need, but they're not bringing it to nobody. And if they got the evidence that they need to suspend Jim, then why they not telling University of Michigan what this evidence is? And if it was strong enough, do you think Michigan would still be trying to block him from the suspension if they knew they had him in a target? So let me see. Go Sebastian. Go ahead, man.
You see, bro, he basically said the same thing I said. So
No,
you
I know,
can't.
but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Of course you were gonna. Don't get me wrong, man. Of course you were gonna get him on. I would get him on too. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying he basically agreed. You can't. Not knowing is not an excuse. What was going on was this. So this is going on. I know basketball because I'm around basketball, right? So
Right, yeah.
you had boosters and assistant coaches paying players, and without any knowledge of the head coach, right? It was plausible deniability. So when the head coach went into these meetings where they were, being disciplined, they were like, I didn't know. So the NCAA came up with you can't say you don't know. You're supposed to know.
Well,
It is part of your
here's what I'm
job
saying.
to
And
know.
like you listen to Rob, right? All I'm saying
Yes.
is this. Okay, he's saying Big Ten may have evidence on Jim, and that's why they went ahead and say this is what we doing. But
That's what I was trying to tell you. To
hold
avoid
on, let me
5
finish.
game suspension, they gave him
Hold
3.
on, let me finish though. If you got
Go
all
ahead.
this evidence, you got to present the evidence, right? Why are they not
Yeah.
presenting this evidence?
What do you mean? They don't have to present the evidence.
What you mean they don't have to present it? You convicted somebody saying you got
That's the
evidence on
prosecute.
them.
No, they're not convicting him. Listen. Okay, this is where you're not understanding. These are the people that are on his side. That's just his coach. This is their conference. You
I
understand
get
what I'm
that.
saying?
I get
So
that.
this is the Big Ten helping him. This is how I look at it. Before the NCAA comes in and gives him a 5-game suspension or fires him, right? Tells him you got to fire him. They're trying to ease. They're trying to tell the NCAA, look, we got him for 3. Just let it go.
Nah.
That's what's
That don't
happening,
even
bro.
sound right. If he did
It
this,
does.
ease him. You doing this for the rest of the games, for important games, and you messing up a
Right.
chance for the team to get a national championship right now. This hurts more than
So
anything.
how many teams are in the Big Ten?
Like
More than
12.
Michigan, right?
Yeah,
More than Michigan, right?
I
Okay, so
get that. But all right,
they gotta look out for them.
Astar, if you the coach and
Yes.
somebody say, we got you doing this, do you not want to see the evidence that they say they have on you doing something?
The evidence is, I told you what the evidence is. The evidence is the record. There's no, the evidence is the games where you stole the signs, you dominated. The games where you didn't, you got your ass whooped.
Whoa.
That's what's hurting them.
No, you can't say that.
Yes, you
Because
can. TCU.
Michigan only lost 1 game, and that was
And that
going
was
to
the
the
game they
playoffs.
didn't. Okay, they understand.
So
That's
you
the
try to
game they
say
didn't.
they stole games for 12 teams, 12 other
Yes.
teams.
Yes. The optics. It's the optics. If okay, let's say for the games they didn't steal a sign, they still whooped ass, right?
Now
And
okay. But
it's the
you
optics,
know you
bro.
heard now the rumor also that they had somebody at TCU game and TCU beat them.
They didn't have anyone at TCU game. There isn't.
Well,
That's
that's
what I
what
heard.
was it. Go ahead.
What I heard is that the only game that they didn't record last year was TCU.
But
right?
Okay.
That's what I heard. Now you're telling me that they did have somebody
All right,
there.
so check it out.
Go.
Michigan has been playing well longer than 2022. 2021 they had a great season too.
That's the point. This goes back 3 years. Remember, I just told you this.
Okay, so
ESPN had
they
a
lost.
graphic.
Okay, so who they lost to Georgia, they lost to TCU.
Mm-hmm.
So
They had a
again,
graphic. The last 3 years. Listen, they had a graphic. The previous 5 years, or I don't know how long Harbaugh's been there. I think 8. The previous 5 years, he had a record. Right, it was like 34-13. Not terrible, but something like that. The last 3 years, the record was amazing, and this is when it started. That's what they're saying. It started. They have evidence. It's not just 1 year now. Understand? They said years. That you take that into consideration too. It's not just this year. They're saying years. Competitive advantage going back years.
I hear what you're saying with the years. I hear that.
So so it's not just it's not a one season, a one team. So this is like they need to strike hard so the NCAA doesn't strike hard, bro.
No,
The Big Ten is scared.
I don't buy that.
Big Ten is scared that they don't want it to seem like they okay this like as a conference. They want to make it seem like it's one team.
I think it's crazy.
Team,
I'm not the only one that think it's crazy. Other media people, like I said,
I already told you. I think it's harsh. I think it's very harsh.
I think somebody was putting pressure on because They don't want Michigan. They don't want Michigan
Yes,
in it.
I just told you. They felt
I
the
mean,
pressure of
I
the
seen your
NCAA.
comment. I get that, but we talking now. I'm stating that this is more than the powers that be. This is the full court pressure put on this commissioner from phone
These are the
calls.
coaches. This is what happened. You got phone calls from the other coaches from the Big Ten to the commissioner saying, you better take care of this now because we don't want the black cloud. We don't want it to be like it's all of us doing it.
No,
Right? It's not
man,
a
no,
conference.
that was never it.
Telling you.
That was never it. No,
Um,
no, that was never it. What everybody saying, everybody wasn't doing that. Nobody in the NFL was saying everybody was doing it with
have
Belichick.
you seen? There's been. Have you seen where before like the league suspend you, that the team does it, like in the NBA it happens, in the NFL it happens. The team does it, so the league will take it easy on you. What I'm trying to
But
tell
no,
you,
I'm gonna go a step further. Like a coach from what was it, Minnesota said, how close the record was, but he act like now he could have got a win or two against Michigan
that's
if
what
it
I'm
wasn't
saying.
like,
That's
man,
what my point.
that's cap
Those are
though, bro.
that's the
Because
phone calls he got. That's the pressure
but
he
see,
got
but
from his
listen,
own
I'm gonna go
conference.
back to what Deion Sanders said. I can give you my whole playbook. You still got to execute. It's
I
BS to
agree.
me.
I can
This
tell you
is
every play I'm running in my basketball team right now, and I'm still going
right,
to run it and beat you. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because the play has more than one option. So when you
right.
take one option away, there's option B,
And then
C,
you still got
D,
the players, bro.
E.
You still got the players that got to execute
Well,
the plays.
you have to have the personnel to do it. Okay, you
Right,
know I'm going deep. You know I'm going deep, right? I'm going deep, but you don't
right.
got the DB. You don't got the DB foot
Right.
speed.
It's
Good
like
luck.
having Randy Moss out there or T.O. You know they're going to run this post route. You know he's going to run a flag. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's why I'm just like, this is, like you said, 3 games is harsh. If they would have
It
said
is.
1 game or maybe 2, maybe. But you're trying to make it like, listen, now he's not going to be on the sideline at Happy Valley, the most
So when it's too harsh,
craziest
see
place.
what?
But
When it's too harsh, you got to think of other reasons, right? Why was it too harsh? And why would they suspend their own conference coach like this, right?
I'm telling
They
you,
still
man, you
want to
gotta
win the
look deeper
championship.
than this, man.
So I'm telling you
Harbaugh
what,
been
the
an
deeper
advocate.
is,
Listen,
the deeper
it's
is
more.
the
It's mainly about
NCAA was going to hit
Harbaugh,
him.
bro. You asked me a question. Let me answer it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's mainly about Harbaugh, right? Because he's
Mm-hmm.
an advocate for players getting properly compensated since he
Mm-hmm.
joined Michigan in the NCAA. So they've been looking for every reason under the sun to knock on this dude. The way his recruiting tactics, everything. If I mean you don't follow Michigan, but it seems like every season it's Harbaugh, NCAA, it's Harbaugh against other coaches. It's something every year. And I just wanted him to bring, I mean, we got 2 Big Ten championships. Please bring home another one. If you don't win the national, I'm cool. Bro, go to the NFL. Go to the NFL after the season. You don't need this. In Michigan, best coach we done had in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Best coach we done had in a minute. The players love playing for him. But man, this is a witch hunt. And I don't know how long this guy was 60. I don't know how long he can keep doing this.
But he already did the NFL thing. Don't forget, he already. That's the thing. That's where the hatred's coming from. He came from the NFL with that big name, and then he was supposed to win right away, right? But they didn't, right? That's where all the hatred was coming. He didn't. I wasn't a big Harbaugh fan, but after the struggles, I started rooting for him, right? Because I don't want no piling up on people. I don't want that either, right? He struggled a little bit, and now the witch hunt came out, and he can't coach, and then he didn't just forget how to coach just like that. You
Oh
know what I
no,
mean?
well, he took his teams to practice at. So they said, oh, he used it as a recruiting tool. Who don't want to
Mm-hmm.
go to another country and practice and all this other stuff? You know, the thing
Right,
he was
right.
doing was in his tools. It ain't y'all fault y'all couldn't do it or didn't want to do it. Just like now we got the NILs, and he was a strong advocate for the NIL. It's like it's so much, man. It's like I'm telling you, in the off season, heading into every football season, his name is in the headlines of something that they want to say
My
he's doing wrong or did wrong, and coaches don't like it. They've been so critical on the man. It's
my
too much,
initial
man.
my initial reaction was 3 games is too much, but then I gotta look deeper. When I look deeper, I have to say that they're doing 3 because they know something that we don't know. They have more evidence that they have shared with us. They think that the NCAA is going to hit them harder, so they're trying to ease the pain a little bit. They're trying to show the NCAA, look, we
No,
did
but
3.
look, the
Please don't give
NCAA
them
tried to
5.
suspend him at the beginning of the season. Remember, he did a self-imposed 3 game at the beginning of the season.
See what I'm
And
saying? He's
now
always into shit.
that investigation is now like somewhat swept on the rug, like it never happened. Like, can we complete that investigation too while we at
But
it?
he's always into shit. This is like the Draymond Green thing. He's always into shit, right? He's already got suspended, like you said, the first 3 games of the year. So he's not going to coach half the year, first 3 games, last 3 games. So he coaches 5 games.
Man,
You
this
know
is
what I'm saying?
crazy, man. But
So they haven't. They got. So I think the NCAA. I think Michigan knew and Big 12 knew that. Watch how Michigan's not gonna. If Michigan makes a big deal about this, then you know that maybe you're right. But if they don't, I feel like the NCAA was gonna hit them harder, bro. And they're just trying to show the NCAA, look, we got him from 3. Please don't hit him for 5, or please don't
no,
take no
that
scholarships away.
man,
That's what they're
that's
scared of. The NCAA taking scholarships away, bro, or saying, hey, you can't be in the playoffs next year. See, that would be a killer. See, it's that's what they're trying to avoid. The death penalty, as they like to call it, where you can't be in the playoffs next year, or you have to lose 5 scholarships. That's a wrap, bro. You can't compete in that conference losing 5
it's
scholarships.
crazy because they did this while they going to Happy Valley. Because I'm telling you
That's
what,
the worst part.
check this out. If this was a home game, I can almost guarantee the Big Ten wouldn't have done this. See, this is why it
Nah.
works. Now listen, this is why it works, because the conference say he won't be allowed at the stadium. You think Michigan would have blocked Harbaugh from coaching on his sidelines? No, they wouldn't have. But Penn State, they will. They'll probably arrest him, or they make sure he can't
They
enter.
can't arrest for one. Okay, Ty, hear this out. For one
The,
game, right? When your coach gets fired, or something happens, for one game, the team always plays better. So I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna give you this right now. Take this to the bank. Whatever the odds are, Michigan is gonna destroy Penn State. It's not even gonna be funny. They're gonna, for the coach. This is one of those one for the Reaper, right? One for the coach. For one game, I'm only saying for one. Now, game 2, game 3, Maryland. Watch out for Maryland. You just told me the schedule. What? That's the game you're gonna lose. You're gonna be ready for Ohio State, because that's Ohio State. You're gonna be ready for Penn State. That's the first game. It's the Maryland game you should worry about. Don't worry about Penn State. They're gonna just so people don't blame Harbaugh for losing.
Wow! It come worldwide. Come on, good job, NCAA. See, that is just because you don't like Michigan.
That's a hater.
So you're looking for any advantage.
Oh, I gotta hop off, bro. Let me grab this food. I'll talk to you,
man. Thanks for coming up. To the Astar. But yeah, I feel like because it's Penn State, he won't be allowed in the stadium. And this man, like, listen, I hope. Yeah, Maryland is decent, but Maryland lost to Ohio State too. I think Michigan got the best defense in the conference, and their defense this year is better than it has been the last previous season. Like, so it's been, the defense is a lot better. You can see how good it is, and I mean, there's nothing I can do as a fan. I hate this. I hate it so much. But as somebody that's speaking sports to you, I just wish that they would have brought the evidence. You got this evidence on him. Sit down with the president of the university, the athletic director, say, hey, listen, this is what we got on him. This is what we got. I know you don't agree. You probably want us to wait to the end of the season, but we're going to do it now. But Michigan going to court. They're going to file and see what happens. But he get to practice. He get to lead his team. That's another thing that bothered me. So he's not gonna be in the stadium, but he can practice. Coaches team do practices, but he can't go to the game. Yeah, see, this is the difference. You saying Ohio State defense has been super surprising, but Michigan defense don't surprise me. I knew they was gonna be better with the teams they got coming in. You see, they have let no team. Well, I think one team have scored double digits. Everybody else 6 points, 6 points. That's a dominant defense. Big Ten announced the suspension, said it was unmoved by Michigan's response to the allegations and the sign stealing scheme. But I think I said enough on this. Salute to Michigan, go blue. Salute to the rest of the Big Ten teams. I get it. A lot of coaches don't like Jim Harbaugh. They don't want to see Michigan get up there. I mean, hey, I do think Michigan gonna play with a lot of anger tomorrow. I think they're gonna play. They still in enemy territory. Happy Valley is a crazy place to play, but I think they got a chip on their shoulder. Hope they go ahead and get up out of there. Maryland's solid, but Michigan played Michigan ball. I got confidence that we'd be okay going into Ohio State. Now it's the Ohio State that the game that I worry about. Sir, you can't say Ohio State owns Michigan. You cannot say that. You cannot say that. This is it's crazy, man. So I like I said, the suspension was leaving while Michigan was in the air en route to State College. And the university quickly responded with a strong word statement, like all members of the Big Ten Conference are, state all that stuff. I'm dismayed too in the commissioner's rush to judgment when it's an ongoing investigation. Man, I'm telling you, man, I would sue the conference and Michigan got some great attorneys. Michigan Law School is one of the best in the country, right? I would sue Big Ten. I would sue them for whatever you could sue the conference for. I would definitely sue them, and I would definitely move on to another conference. I would definitely move on to another conference. Let me drop the link real quick. I'm trying to get up out of here. Let me drop the link. But this is drop the link. Southside. Drop the link. Suit to y'all coming up, on the sports tip. Michigan team source said Harbaugh was not notified of the Big Ten decision before learning upon landing at University Park Airport at 3:54, 8 minutes after the conference was publicly was released. So he get off the plane, then he finds out. What's going on? Hey, we got an echo, so you got to mute your mic. So you go ahead and talk, South. I'm gonna mute my mic. But it's something going on with Android. They said if you got StreamYard, they said it's a bug that they're working on. Go ahead, South. Hey, South, go ahead. You can talk.
Yo, I got an echo now.
No, you good. You put the headphones in or something? Oh no, go ahead. I'm gonna mute my mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, like that's crazy, bro. That like what the college league going through right now. Like I don't even know what's going on with Michigan, but I wanted you to explain it to me, like what's going on with the coaching staff and stuff like that. Is it one of the coaches?
All right, you gotta be sure. All right, so what happened is somebody on his staff was scouting other teams and stealing signs, and they saying delivering it back to the coaching staff, and they saying Michigan was dominating in these games because they had the advantage of knowing the people's signs. But since this has came out in the last few games, teams have changed their signs and did everything, and Michigan still dominated. So I don't get this whole sign stealing thing. It happens, but I feel like Deion Sanders said just about 3 weeks ago, he can give you his whole playbook, but you got to stop the plays. And if you can't, it doesn't, and I just think this is something they wanted to throw on Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like the signs, I don't know. I don't want to sound biased on it, man.
So it's like what, like hand signs or something like that?
Yeah, in football.
Yeah, like the little play calling signs and shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, I got an echo, man. So I'm about to drop you, South.
All right, buddy.
All right. Man, they worked on this bug. They said that I had the same situation on the content creators platform yesterday where I kept echoing, so I had to go to the studio, put my headphones on. So the only way you can stop the echo on StreamYard now is you got to have headphones on. All jokes aside, I don't think much is going to change. No, I think a lot changed, man. Jim Harbaugh on that sidelines, it does a lot. It definitely does. I mean, I can see in the first game when he had other coaches on and when he was on sideline, his halftime adjustments and quarter adjustments go crazy. I mean, Harbaugh knows his stuff. Dude's a great coach. And when he let them other guys coach to get a chance, it's just the players are just playing. It's like they was going through the motion. The fire wasn't there. You can go hard for the head coach because you know what the head coach expect from you. You know what I'm saying? You know what he expect. Harbaugh lawyer Tom Mars also had no comment, saying in a text message to Detroit News, "I'm going to be tied up for the next few hours." So, and Michigan also said in a statement it would go to court, seek a temporary restraining order, but it wasn't immediately clear which jurisdiction Michigan would seek court relief. So, man, that's all I got. It's more you'll be hearing about it. I hope they get the temporary restraining order against the Big Ten. Let these kids continue and complete the season. That's it. If y'all got the evidence on Harbaugh and y'all want to suspend him 6 games next season, cool. Y'all want to suspend him the whole season, cool. But this witch hunt that y'all been doing on this man for years, and a lot of people don't know that don't stay in Michigan, but that's it, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. I'm going to get off of here. Also, again, if you're on Facebook, please go to All We Talk is Sports. Also, I want to thank my guest, my friend, my brother, Rob Parker, for tapping in and giving me his point of view on the whole situation on a non-bias. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want other people to say something. Salute to Astar coming up here. He's on the West Coast. So, it's good to talk to people that's not fans of Michigan and get their point of view on it of a non-biased status. It's your boy TY. This is TY Ray. Thank y'all. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me, and I appreciate it. Let me read this comment. It's only worldwide, super worldwide. He says, only 3 games left. I'm just going to miss Harbaugh's face when we get our get back. See, that's easy to say that now. It's easy to say that, man. Salute to worldwide. You're an Ohio State fan. And hold on, let me see. Astar. He state, I bet you the lawyer and Jim agreed with the suspension because if the NCAA does, it's going to be 5 games or more. Man, no, ain't nobody agreeing with the suspension. They wouldn't be trying to block it right now. Come on. Keep that in mind. Let me get up out of here. And my outro music. Hey, if y'all not subbed up, please sub up. All right? Please sub up. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I bring y'all sports or entertainment. It's your boy 3 Strikes and I'm out. You know why? I'm gone. Kick that intro. Play the U of M song. Go Blue. I agree. I definitely agree with that. He going to the NFL next season. And I don't blame him one bit. Let's go! Hey, you should have said something worldwide. I'm gone.